Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia Beard. Thank you so much for joining us during your lunch hour. We're so glad you're here with us today. For those of you who have been with us on this journey, as you may know, this hour is part of Kollective Foundations. But over time, something beautiful has happened. This life has evolved into something even more richer, more personal, and more connected to the heart of our community. So we're excited to officially rename this time together as Kollective Konversations.
Okay. Nice.
So now, don't worry, this is still very much part of Kollective Foundations, the Kollective Foundations you know and love. But we wanted the name to reflect the broader scope of what we've grown into. This isn't about business anymore. Over time, we've explored topics that have impacted our personal lives, our professional journeys, and even how we show up in the world when we're at work. And with that, let's get into today's conversation. We are so honored to welcome this week's special guest, Shameka Mitchell, Director of Foster Care at Presley Ridge.
Hey, Shameka.
So glad to have you here,
doing?
sweetheart.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're so thrilled to have you here, sweetheart. So grab your lunch, settle in, and let's dive into this week's Kollective Conversation, ladies.
So thank you guys. Thank you for having me here today. Like they said, my name is Shameka Mitchell. I'm the Director of Foster Care in Regions 2 and Region 4 in West Virginia.
Wow, that's impressive, Shameka. It really is.
It covers, just to make it short, it kind of covers like the Beckley area, Princeton area, all the way down to the Huntington area.
Oh, wow.
So we are always actively looking for foster homes in those areas. I started in the social work field,
How
I
long
think I
have you been there?
graduated probably 2018.
Oh, right.
I've always known that I had compassion to want to help kids and families. And I think that was uprooted from, just the things that I had to endure in my younger age. And I feel like that makes really good social workers because you can relate,
Absolutely.
you can kind of dig in and kind of really understand where kids and families are coming from. Have you guys ever, I know you guys kind of are dealing, I know Lucy, you're dealing with social work right now, and do you feel like that connection kind of makes it better when you can really understand and get a deeper meaning into what these kids go through?
I do. I deal with it too. I'm also with my master's degree in social work, and she deals more with kids and foster care, but she's worked in many different areas, DHHR and different things. I'm going to particularly go into substance abuse therapist and kids and mental health. My friends have kind of inspired me.
The community needs it. It needs it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Because a lot of these families that you deal with have substance abuse issues.
Right.
And that's
And
how
it's
they
there's
kinda
a
get there.
growing problem around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like it is a growing problem. It's an epidemic. The drug use, the domestic violence, you see all kinds of things. We get referrals day to day from the state, and it's some things that you wouldn't imagine that these kids have been through. So just being able to help those families that have been impacted by trauma and crisis, helping them get through that. That's what we really center our training at Presley Ridge about with our foster parents, is how to handle these kids. These are high-level kids, high-level acuity kids that they just need a special kind of care.
When you mention high level, what do you mean by that exactly?
We've had some that have been exposed to sexual assaults. We have some that have animal cruelty. We have some that no fault of their own. Their parents may be having addictions or just lack of able to watch them and things like that, neglect. So they've been removed
Just no
for
support
some type of
system
reason.
whatsoever.
Or mental illness too.
Yeah. Housing conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of did some, like a safety thing with this company I work for, and we go in and check each, day, somebody else, new does it all the time, but it's like a thing, and some of these houses are unbelievable. Like, you wonder why CPS haven't took them out. Like, I'm not kidding you. It's crazy. Where I had to wear shoe covers and a mask and different things and put eyes on all the kids and see if, just kind of stay there for an hour and then write a report. And these are the kids that will eventually leave or get taken out of their home that Shameka has to place. They come to her agency and she has to find a good home for them. And you got to think, coming from that for so long, going into somebody else's house, it's not like you would think they would be like, oh yeah, this is great, but they've been conditioned and just
That's their norm.
Finding for y'all to find the right families to keep them.
Yes.
At this time, I know it's probably hard because it's just being able to saying that it's hard already, but to
Yes.
place kids in different situations, the people have to realize it's not that easy job.
It's
Mhm.
not.
And
It's
there's so
not.
many kids, and now it's worse. It's probably getting worse than what it was because you're dealing with more different drugs.
More different things.
Right.
Drugs and things,
Right.
and then the behaviors they come
Mhm.
with.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Because they're like she said, this is the norm. That's
yeah.
their norm.
Yeah,
It
because
is.
they lived off trauma their whole lives. They
Yeah.
don't know anything else.
Yeah.
And they're
Right.
and honestly they are more closer to trauma. They resonate with trauma than they do a loving environment. In a lot of situations, some kids don't know how to be loved.
Yeah.
And it's
You're right.
sad.
It
Yeah.
feels so uncomfortable.
Mm.
And they go through like a honeymoon phase at times. They're okay for a minute and
Yeah.
then they revert back.
Right back
It
to
feels
because that's
so
what is that's their
uncomfortable.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it be hard for the caregiver.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God,
You know,
Yeah.
because you're thinking, in your mind, being the caregiver, you have to be so careful of what you're doing
Yes.
Yeah.
in the situation, because of the trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, them, coming from situations that we cannot even imagine.
Right.
That,
Absolutely.
that could happen to our kids. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We putting ourselves in that position
And
Yes.
bring
to
it
say,
to
what
your
can
And
we
bring
do
it
to
to your
help?
home,
Bring it
around
to
your
you.
family.
Like, what
Yeah.
can we do to try to help? And I
Yeah.
know you being the director, and it's more fall a lot on you because you taking up all of the. It's not like
Safety.
just you got all the workers,
Yeah.
all and to place them,
Yes.
being the
and have to make
director.
sure everything's
I mean,
that's a
right.
lot of weight
That's
on
a
your
lot
back.
of weight.
It is
When
a
you
And to
say-
get kids into the right home.
so you have to. I don't know if you have to do it like 24 hours or how your job can.
What we do, we do train our foster parents. There's an evidence-based training that they take.
Mhm.
We have recruiters who go out and recruit these families,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send through our trainings, and they are equipped with how to handle all these things that you're talking about.
That's good.
They do have the option of a child preference list of what they're looking for. We look at their whole family dynamic. So we're looking at the kids they have, how will they relate to these kids coming in, because that's important. And so as these referrals come in, we really don't just take every placement we get and just place them with a family. We want to make sure that it's a good fit, because then it can disrupt. And that's even more hard on these kids as they're going from one place to another. So we really want them to be stable as we're placing them. So we look at the whole family dynamics. And we make sure that, it's something that they can handle. And then once the kids are placed with them, we do have social workers, treatment coordinators who go into the home and support them. And so they're ensuring that they're getting their dental, they're getting their medical, they're handling any crisis. We have a 24-hour crisis hotline So we are there. We have a big team, not only in Beckley, but we have a clinical team. Presley is huge, and so that's what I love about it. Is so many people that get involved and help our foster parents and us to navigate what's the best thing to do with these kids if they're having behaviors.
And so I didn't interrupt you, but the workers, I'm just saying, like the social workers that's work up under you.
Yeah.
So they have to be approved by you when they start placing kids or placing people.
Yes.
Just in cases, what I'm saying, because you being the director over all the counties.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Do you have the final say? Like, when, because the social workers or whatever, they might bring a potential situation for foster care to you for placement, and then you're the one that has to review that and sign off to approve that.
So the social workers with the state will send us those referrals, and then we'll make it a really good evidence-based decision. So I'll have the final say if they're going to be placed with that family. We'll call them and we'll say, hey, we have a referral. Would you be interested in this kid? We know that your family dynamics. We know this is something you might be interested in. And then we'll go from there. If they accept the placement, then we do have a team of social workers who will go out within 24 hours to see that kid. And then kids are tiered at Presley Ridge, so they are tiered from level 1, level 2, level 3, depending on their needs, their diagnosis, their behaviors, and things like that. So
What about level 3? I'm sorry.
level 3 might be someone with, they're currently in therapy, they have a diagnosis, they're having a lot of maybe behaviors in the home that social workers need to be there weekly, or sometimes more than that. These are the kids that they're more high level, and we need to put that support. We do offer wraparound services with Presley, so that's another service that helps besides us in the home, it's like C said, and they can come in and do wraparound services that they may need, get them active in the community, ensure they're having their therapy. We team up with schools and do like the IEPs and just make sure they're getting all the support they need to hopefully reunify or either if they're adopted, we just want them to be successful.
Do you have a high rate of foster kids that are adopted out, or is it more kids that are being returned to parents after a stay with foster care?
It's just such on a case-by-case basis. We have kids sometimes that come in and parental rights have already been terminated.
Okay.
And so those kids are looking for a permanent home. And we have some foster families that say, hey, you know, I really want a permanent placement. And so those would be the ones we would, you know, call first about those placements. If that's someone that really wants an adoptable kid right off, then and they're already adoptable, we would reach out to them. Most of our kids, though, they come in and parents are, it might be an improvement period. There's court involvement, there's visitations. Like our main goal at Presley is we want to reunify these kids with their families. So we do a lot of interaction with families and our foster families. We want to build that connection so they have that bridge they need when they're going back to their
with the foster family and biological natural family. Oh,
That's so important.
Yeah,
Kids wanna
absolutely.
see their
Yeah.
parents. Foster parents want to team up with people, and we want to keep them bridged in that. So that's what our goal is.
So you're creating a village for this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it takes one.
Yes.
It does. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's a lot a lot around here that was, I remember, years ago when Don worked at Presley Ridge, and they was like one of the highest place that, the kids could go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is good because, you found other companies that's don't have all now y'all have more. And that's, to me, that's a blessing because that'd be a place where, they're not going to be harmed. They're not going to be stressed out as much as they are.
Right.
And you think about the workers. I know you got a lot of workers under you and yourself.
And it's a stressful field.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
stressful.
And you're like, I don't know, the personal life with you, but you as being a young woman, it's I know it gets tough because emotions fall, regardless of how
you take a lot of this stuff
home with you.
And you do. And
like I want to be a therapist. Some people don't want to be a therapist. They like
they don't. They're like, I take it all the time. And I don't take it home. I'll do it. I just
enjoy that kind of stuff. So, I don't want to be a director, but she's good at it. You know what I'm saying? I do not want that. But she's built for it.
Yeah.
She's good with it.
And this, I'm just saying, a lot of people not.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not.
And you got to find your fit. You know what I'm saying?
You really do. You really
stay in your lane when you're good and effective at it. And she's wonderful at her job.
So how do you ladies, because we're both of y'all are in a social work field, how do y'all decompress at home, like with the weight and the gravity of some of these situations and things that are going on with some of these kids? How does that affect y'all? And how do you de-stress, to come home when you just had a heavy case and a heavy situation that you've dealt with?
I kind of deal with it. I've been through things in my life, so I'm a little different. And this is with trauma in the past or whatever. I know it happened, and it's. Everybody like me. I think we're a little bit alike because we talk about just stuff in our lives and stuff. I don't be like, oh God, this happened to me, and
So you have a resilience.
yeah, I just ain't got time for that. It happened, all right, go. I still gotta go. So even with the kids, I have took stuff thought about, dang, them kids are sitting in their house right now, still in that thought. Still, I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah.
But all you can do is keep showing up, for me. Keep showing up, keep making sure, keep something until the other people, the departments do their job to get them out.
Right.
That's why I said a lot of people can't do certain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna, if you got a heart, you're gonna take some of this home with you.
Yeah.
And you just are.
Yeah.
And but I'm the type of person that just keeps going.
It seems, you gotta
Right.
actually live in it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wear a, sort of book to get, you through all of, things to learn and, the skill of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's in it, where it's real, and then we're learning from books and
So-
education
Right.
Yeah.
to
So
get where you
I
at.
have a lot of real
That's-
life experience. So
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what I mean.
yeah,
That's what I
I
mean.
mean,
It's
I might-
totally
And
different.
it's built you up to be
Right.
a
And
citizen
so
woman.
I feel like I have a doctorate in what I'm going in life.
Right.
But I'm
Absolutely.
getting almost over a master's
Right.
now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to get that to do what I'm going to do.
That's
I already know what's what.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that gives me an advantage.
It does.
And I think
It
it's
does.
Like I didn't just go to school like okay, and then I get out there like oh my god, this is how it is.
You're right. There's some people that go to school, you know what I'm saying?
And never
They
done
ain't really
that.
went through nothing in life.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, their parents done paid for college, they ain't even struggling with that, you know what I'm saying? They just out here, and then they get out, they finish their degree, they get out here, they don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
like life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't been through nothing, you know what I'm
What
saying?
you-
Yeah. So
You
then
think
that's self care.
Yeah.
Like self care is vital
Yeah.
because, I mean, for me, what I normally do, I like to travel. I like to go
That's a good
home.
one.
Great.
I
I
can
just,
forget
I
about
just like
things.
to be at home. You
Mhm.
know, I like to shop. That's one of my hobbies I like to do. I feel like at Presley we have a great support system. Like
That's
there is nothing I can't call my boss and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, or we do clinical supervision. We have supervision with our bosses once a month or as needed, and I think that's time where we can decompress. We can talk about things. Staff know I have an open door policy. They can come in. We go over cases. We can talk about personal things. We have an EAP system where if they're struggling with things, they can get the support they need. Because it is challenging and it's stuff that you see and it triggers you. Our personal experiences that we've lived, sometimes there's cases, I remember when I was a youth service worker, when I first got into the field, there were cases that literally would trigger me. And I had someone to talk to about
good.
that.
That's good.
Because you'll say like, you may not even know it's a trigger until
Right.
you're
You're
sitting
faced
in
with
the-
dealing
yeah,
with
till you're
it.
faced
And
with
you
Yeah.
need
it.
that.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
it. Because some people might say they don't
Yeah.
need it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I can do this, and it don't work like that.
Yeah.
I can, do
Right.
So
Yes.
some of the cases, just saying that as Presley Rich, being the director, some of the cases y'all have done had, it's a lot of success from all, that y'all see from some of the cases. Like, when, say, they make it through
Yeah.
and they got a better life,
Yes.
like celebration.
Yes.
The pictures that y'all might have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you think of it and saying, wow, like you said, things have happened, you can look back on your life and say, look where I'm at now.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah,
can.
And
look at
actually
outside.
to say from Presley Ridge and
I get
say,
what you're saying.
Yes.
go back and say, wow, they made it. Or they come back
Right.
to Presley Ridge and say, hey,
Yes.
I'm in college, I'm doing this, I'm doing great.
We
And that's
do.
and then like you say, the where you have someone else to talk to tell out. Many years ago, a lot of years ago, people don't like to talk to people, and they have such a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
And that is so needed, and especially I can say in our who we are,
Yes.
Right.
our women.
Yes.
Right.
A
Yes.
lot of things happen to women they would never tell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
never been talked
They
about.
weren't talked about.
But
Right.
now, like she say, when you get into, you personally get somewhere, you're like, I might need something
I'm
more.
triggered. Yeah.
I might need,
Yeah.
it's not me talking to myself.
Yes.
I might need to talk to
I
someone
might need to
else.
talk to someone. I was
Yeah.
a therapist for 4 years, and
Wow.
I needed to. I realized at some cases I would have, and clients coming in, and that's one thing I knew. Like God really placed me here on earth to do therapy. I knew I was very effective with doing
Good.
therapy because I could see the results. You can see it.
That's it.
But then there were things that I would take home and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is resurfacing. A lot of people don't know my history and my past. And they don't. They just don't. But it's there. And so those are things that I've had to deal with. I had an absent father. I had a father who was incarcerated most of my life. So in that, I found myself, looking for him in relationships and different things like that in my life. So when I would do couples therapy or do just different things and see like family dynamics and things, these were things I was like, oh my gosh, it might just hit me like a
Different
ton of bricks.
aspects,
Like, oh my
the things
gosh.
that resonate with you.
Yeah, like
that
that
you
resonated.
felt.
So you
Yeah.
do have to take that time for self-care and heal yourself and be able to be honest and say, I might need off this case or I might need to transfer this.
Right.
And we take that into consideration for our staff
Good.
because,
So good.
yeah.
And definitely before it happens, gets to the part,
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
That
where
is
they
too much.
saying, I can't do that, what I'm saying, and helping them to get through it.
Yeah.
Helping yourself say,
Yeah.
I got to get through this some kind of way, and that's such a good situation because a lot of times you know, we could say maybe years ago or now, maybe they didn't want to go. And you say, hey, you need to go.
You need to go.
You get too close to the case, and then it messes up the whole, you know, situation that they're going through. But that's good. Y'all have somewhere to relax, you know, decompress it down.
So let me ask you, when you like, I do know a lot of people they just weren't able to talk about it. How do you think people dealt with things? Do you think still there's people in this generation just not?
Was it a push under the rug type of situation that certain stuff should be talked about?
Yeah, they just hold it in. And, if you look at your, you know, just say when your mom was, you know, years ago and things, families and wouldn't tell anything.
Yeah, they usually keep things quiet.
Secret, everything's secret.
Yes.
Living in a community that everybody's quiet about.
Everybody's quiet about things.
And then, but when they go out, then things happen.
Right.
Yes.
And then things happen to you because you're in that situation.
Absolutely.
And there's no one to talk to, because if you talk to somebody, you know, somebody might say you're crazy. Things not like that. And
or the fear of your business being spread. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are scared to disclose things that
happen. And it's so wonderful that we could sit here and say, hey, things have happened in a lifetime.
I've always
we only human.
Anyway.
We only human. And you know, like you say, decompression is the best thing. And offer decompression to people.
Yeah,
need it,
and offer it.
Yes, it's so important that we do that, because you know they stay silent and they may react to something different.
Yes.
I start drinking. I start drugging. I start doing, you know, just missing sex.
Promiscuous.
Yeah, very promiscuous.
They do stuff to try to cover up or try to escape.
Or even hanging around the wrong people. I think, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young people, when they're not feeling loved, reach out to the wrong people. They need that attention. You know what I'm saying? They looking for love. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, I mean, and it doesn't have to be a girl and boy relationship. You know what I'm saying? It can just be with choosing the wrong friends and choosing people that, you know, they had a hard time. They got like one, and I come from this background. I had like one, so let me choose them because that resonates with me. Yeah, and then they don't realize. Trauma bonding. Absolutely,
and that's so hard to break.
Yeah, because when you bond off of, you know, this trauma, you know, you feel like you almost got a soulmate when somebody can relate to what
everything
you're
saying. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone in this, and then sometimes you stay stuck in that because it feels. Okay, this is normal. This is normal. This is so I don't need. I can just surround myself with people like this. It's comfortable, and so it hinders your growth sometimes.
It does,
and it's hard.
So we probably all been there too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
As she's saying, you know, being the director, saying that we have like Presley Ridge. You got a whole bunch of kids,
right?
Yeah,
and they holding stuff in. And takes a long time. It's just not, you know, if you're young, you can work through it better. But if you get older, it's harder to work through.
And I guess it kind of depends to me on what kind of person you are, because everybody is different.
Yeah, that's true.
You have introverts, extroverts. You got people that just
that's a little in the middle.
Just don't want to. Don't like. It's just, you know. I think your personality kind of plays into that.
That's true, and it really does. That's a lot of personality and the situation that you're in. Because a lot of times you get in situations, not because you won't choose to most times. Because sometimes people just followers. They're not people that's going to take the lead.
That's another thing. We need more leaders in our community. And
then you have no one to look at. Here we sat here, and I not met her before. But the thing is, how many directors we got? That we can say like her. I mean, not just like her, but her just being a black female.
I got you.
In a
and being
situation.
at 2 days, you are.
And that's a great thing, even though we said it before, but you can imagine that we can call her. And I'm sure she got cards.
Right.
And maybe I don't want to tell somebody else something, but I can call her. And that's important. That is so important, because you look around here, you don't have all that, and we need that.
We do.
The push to say, you know, people say she's there, just give her a call. And saying they may know somebody that's the kids in danger.
Absolutely.
And they may need to say, hey, I need to call somebody without telling anybody.
How do I make a referral? How do I do this?
Right, and that's so important that because you got to think if people live way back in the woods or different places, things happen.
It does.
And then little kids, they ain't
got no help, no resources.
No,
No,
they
nothing.
don't. And people are afraid sometimes. People are afraid to get involved with
with, yeah.
CPS.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't like. I had a cousin that go into
Yeah.
this and stuff, and you know I help my aunt.
Mhm.
But you gotta call, make a report to the CPS, and then they gotta see if
That's
they're
hard.
gonna.
Investigate it.
Yeah, they have to investigate it, and they're gonna either unsubstantiate or unsubstantiate. And you know, and you sometimes you be like, I gotta go through all of this to say something.
Yeah.
But you do. The police can't do it, and
Yeah.
they have to. It's crazy.
You do. It's steps,
It's steps to it.
And
And it's
people
like
get
a
very
little battle.
intimidated by
Yeah,
it.
it's like a battle. You gotta be ready to fight
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's
And
not
then you could go
going
to
away.
court.
Yes.
And then you're gonna get involved because this is
And
what
then
we
you
do.
get the child, and the child gets there because we did went into court.
Yeah.
Temporary custody.
Right.
Then you get the child. Then the child is so used to living this
They
way,
wanna go
Yeah.
and then you
wanna
can
go
bring
back.
it to your normal life, and it's just like you gotta. It's just
Yeah.
it's all of disruption, but you gotta love them, and
You gotta love
it's
them.
just a lot
And transition.
mentally and
And there's
you
a lot
know.
of conditions.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a lot
And
of
it-
conditions. that,
It
uh,
plays on their
steps.
self-esteem.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does. All of this
Mhm.
plays on their
Yeah.
self-esteem. I think a lot of kids
and all
in
the
our
trauma they
community-
done went through. Just it's just crazy. Like
It
oh
is.
my god.
And just showing them the love. That's
Showing them the
the
love.
biggest thing.
And you still
Right.
get
And
aggravated.
trust.
You
Trust.
still
Because
get
at this point they don't trust anybody.
No.
They,
Can you imagine?
They don't.
But you get aggravated too because you're human, and it's because my aunt likes doing this. She's
Most
older,
definitely. Most
you know, and
definitely.
you know whatever she's doing it because whatever. But
Mhm.
she said in her ways and older, you know, you get aggravated still.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing it out of love, but sometimes you just like,
Does she foster?
no.
Oh, she
this
just
is-
take care of kinship. Like,
no. This is just something like in
Yeah.
our family. She's helped
Yeah.
help some, one of our.
Okay.
It's her
Your family.
kids or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like, but she runs her house the way she runs it, and she ain't never changed it. She ain't going to. I
Well,
will
and
tell
I'll
you that.
say a lot of people don't realize, like Presley Ridge and other organizations, foster care agencies, they do have kinship, and that's where the kinship relative, like grandma. A lot of times, right now, grandparents are taking care of kids,
Yeah.
so they can attend the trainings and get certified as kinship
Good. Wow.
and get the support that they need for that.
But
But
they
that's
need
a lot
help
of things
doing
that
that because they
people.
don't know how to work the
Yeah.
computer and they don't know how to
Yeah.
get on the app and
Yeah, yeah. So
But then
we,
we stuck.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean
being
it's
an older mom and grandma.
it's
We
different.
get stuck.
yeah.
Right.
You get
And
stuck.
we help with
a lot
it.
of times we don't
Yeah, I
want to
get
do
it.
the reach out.
Yeah.
Right.
And we like, well, somebody else might know and know our
Yes.
business.
Right.
And you tell them our business out.
Right.
Mhm.
And we get stuck.
Yeah.
And we have to find a person that we can feel comfortable with.
Mhm.
And most time, I'm just saying Presley Ridge because I don't know the other places out here, but I'm
Yeah.
saying most time they will have somebody
Yes, ma'am.
that you might say, you're direct, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
But let me send such in there and talk to
That
them.
can talk to
And
them.
that way they can pick up on that person saying, hey,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yes.
And they'll find that trust. If they really have to make an effort,
Mhm.
I mean, Presley Ridge they have to make the effort.
Yes.
Regardless, like you say, we can grandparent them in
Yes.
because it's a lot
Yeah.
of grandparents taking care
It
of
is a lot.
It is.
And I don't think they realize what's out
Wow.
there that can help because, like we
Right.
said, they
It's
may
a
not be
different time. They
tech
come
savvy,
from a
they may
different
not-
time.
Right.
They don't know about the resources.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
living from how just like we're getting older. So it's like stuff that my daughter at 20 something would be like, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's
Yeah.
true.
But they don't know and like need help with even doing the stuff you got to do on the computer to sign.
we'll
They're
help.
not good with that.
We
Right.
definitely will help. We've got recruiters that are trained and will help. They'll go out and help them set up. If they need to come into the office to do their trainings, like we will make accommodations for that. Because it is a thing. It's a whole thing. And some people are afraid of the computer. I heard they don't know how to get on Zoom. They don't know how to, and so we'll help. We will help if that's
So
ever the case.
where is in many places Presley Ridge located or still?
Yes.
You have
Yeah,
to-
where is your location?
Yeah.
We are in Crab Orchard, the Beckley location.
Okay.
We do have an office in Tazewell, Virginia that serves. We have Morgantown, West Virginia, and then we have Ona. And they
when's
have
it
like a
Ona,
facility. Yeah, they have one of our facilities.
So like for someone to call y'all, get in touch with y'all, where is it a number, something that would be, you could put somewhere where
If they wanted to do
address, a phone
foster
number.
training,
Yeah.
like become a foster
Yeah,
parent.
I
Yeah.
just want to call and just check it out.
To check
I
out.
mean, so what is a phone
Yes.
number at the main office?
You could call 304-252-1106. That's going to be our Beckley location. And
Okay.
our office manager, office assistant, someone will get you to the right person. If you're wanting to foster, we'll connect you with recruiting. If you got questions, if anybody just has any questions about anything, I'm always willing to help. My clinical coordinator, Becky Stover, she's always willing to help. Angie's in our office. She's our executive director. She's always willing. And that's why I say, like, we are a family. They're always willing to provide any help they can. We have wraparound services, Safe at Home, in our Tribe Orchard location as well. So if you're needing help with, let's say you have a juvenile kid that is being defiant, not wanting to go to school, dealing with truancy, just different things that they go through, drugs, whatever they may be going through, and you need some additional help. Most people don't know that.
It's not just foster, because I'm gonna share this with you guys, because I'm not, open book. So when I was growing up, I lived with my grandmother because my dad worked all the time. We were right up the street, but I wasn't old enough to move with him yet because he raised me, my mom in there. So I was being bad and stuff like that, and my mom came from out of town, and we got into it, and she didn't live there, so I had called the police because she did something. So anyway, they left, no big deal. The police did a referral to something to where Presley Ridge got involved, okay, which I didn't know, I was young, whatever. So here they come, I'm getting off the bus, I had smoked a joint, to be honest, with you back. I was a kid, and I got off the bus, and it's these people, like, I'm like, who are you? And they were just, I'm just like, they're like, I'm like, get away from me. Whatever. Long story short, it goes on forward, they kind of got involved. Well, because I got the police, like, it was crazy. But anyway, my dad, because back then, this is a long, long time ago, they was trying to get him to sign a paper where they could restrain me and stuff, and he wouldn't do that, but, it was like I had to go through, like, drug just stuff.
Like today.
Okay,
That's what
it lasted like 3 months or something like that.
And I'm sure it's hard to talk about it. But look what you're at now.
I know, it was crazy.
A lot of times we have to keep on moving forward.
You have to.
And not backwards. We can keep memories in our mind, but for us growing, it's to grow forward.
That's what I told you. I don't dwell on
it's a good thing, and like you said with her, and her being a director, and you they called someone.
Right.
And that's important. They called someone.
They did, but Kelly White, I think that's where I knew Kelly from. I don't know what she did at the time because I was like in school, like in high school when this happened, and it didn't last long because I had a great dad and stuff like that. I just whatever the referral was for, I don't know how long because I get it now, but as a kid I didn't know to understand.
Right.
And it went on and it was over and done with, but. So I think I had a case there because of something that just kind of brought it on.
Was it like Safe at Home, probably?
I don't
or
know.
Youth services,
I was
something
just
like
like,
that.
if you leave me alone.
Yeah.
But, I had to go through it. I had to do the court order. I had to go through it. I had to do the drug test. I had to do like just little stuff like that. But I got through with it, and so that's kind of, it's not just foster care, right?
Not at present, no. Like they have, that's like that wraparound service in Safe at Home.
Because the office used to be here by the mall, didn't it?
I don't know.
So you okay?
But yeah, they
So
usually
So it's not just foster
it's not
care.
just foster care. No.
What all is offered?
So like Safe at Home, that's kind of what it is. Like with youth services, like if you're having a juvenile in your home, you can't get them to do what you need them to do. Like go to school, they're being defiant, they're talking. You just need some extra support in your home. A lot of people don't know you can file an incorrigible on your youth in your home.
You have to go through the court system to do that.
But can't the police do a referral or something like that? Because nobody filed anything on
I don't know.
They can.
You gotta think.
Listen, I didn't even do nothing. I called them like, are y'all kidding me? But I guess
It's so different.
It's so different.
They got so many other.
The state workers
They got
I'm
so
sure
many.
the police
Somebody
can make
did
a referral
something,
to
a referral.
judges.
And I'm sure it's so different, now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they got so many services. That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
to
reach out to. And a lot of
This
times,
is
like I
the
said,
same
and
kind of
that's,
service.
Yeah.
That's why when she said that, it
Right,
Yeah.
come in your mind about
Yeah.
about the
And they'll go to the
Yeah.
homes.
And at the end of the day, you realize you're very home with dad, wasn't she?
I was already at home. I was living with my grandma. It was because my mom came out of town. She didn't raise me. She was on drugs.
Right.
And we got into like a little something, and I called the police on her.
Right.
So she didn't even live with my grandma.
But it just turned into a whole
Right, so
different
I called on her like, you need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But somehow I got mixed up to where
you put yourself, you put yourself
like
in the
I
system.
didn't even do nothing like at that time. But you know, I was still a little handful. But and then I ended up moving with my dad when I got like a little bit, well around that time, a little bit after that, because I was old enough too, where he can work and I could be at home and stuff like that. But my grandma kind of looked after, they live right down the street from each other.
Yeah.
So do y'all, you being the director, you go a lot of different places to speak?
I don't do a lot of the recruiting. We have recruiters that'll go out and they'll go to schools, they'll go to church events, they'll go to different things in the community just to get the word out and let people know that we're actively always looking.
What are y'all looking for exactly? Could you elaborate? Okay, and what qualities do you look for in a foster parent? Like criteria, what do you expect out of like their home? You know what I'm saying? Are you looking for people that's working? Are you looking for people that do have other kids? You know what I'm saying? Just what are you looking for?
Yes, so we are looking, it's broad. If you're interested, they'll come out to your home, they'll do an inspection. First, we'll do an interview to see if you're a good fit. You do have to make sure that you have the same goals in line with us. Your values, your best interest. You got to understand these kids may go back to their parents, and you got to be okay with that. You know, you really have to be okay with that in your heart. And I know that's hard, but it is a chance they may go back home, and we want to, I'll be on the same alignment about that.
Right.
Your house will be inspected. It has to be clean. There's certain requirements that you have to have in your home.
For like size as well, like to be able to accommodate the child you
you
bring
have
in.
to have bedrooms.
So do they have a record?
You gotta have
I'm just saying
right. You gotta pass a background check.
Background check.
Personal references.
Okay.
Yes, we do personal
How
references.
How many would be required?
Three to four, yes.
Okay.
And then I'll do a walkthrough of the home after recruiters go through. We'll do a walkthrough to make sure your home is in compliance with our licensings. And once that's done, you'll definitely go through the training.
How long is that training? How long is that?
6 weeks.
6 weeks training.
Yes.
How what's like the hours and days look like?
It's usually in the evenings from 6 to 9.
Okay.
Around those times. If you miss a class, they will work with you to make it
up.
We do want parents to be in compliance with paperwork during those trainings. So there's certain things that you'll be turning in throughout each training week and things like that. And so we do ask that you do those things. Participate in the training, ask questions in the training.
That's good.
Safety things, you know, making sure your medication is locked up in a safe place. If you have guns, we allow that. Just making sure they're locked and concealed in a place where they need to be. If you have pets, they have to be vaccinated and things like that. You can have kids. You can be a single mom. You can be a single dad. We have same-sex couples. It does not matter. We do not discriminate on those type of things. As long as you are able to provide for yourself, and you have these kids' best interest in heart, we definitely are recruiting all the time.
Are there any? Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
No, are there any continued resources that are available for foster care parents, like financially? You know what I'm saying, that help to meet the child's needs.
They are paid. They do get a payment for the kids that they have in care, and that depends on the tier level of the kids. So that's something that we would look at once we place a kid in your home, and we would know exactly what we're looking at there. But yes, they do to get a payment to take care of those kids.
The tiers meant the need.
Yes, the needs of the kids. Yes.
So the higher level needs and issues going on with the kid, you would likely get more money to care and to be able to meet the needs of the child.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah. And most parents, they do have to work. So kids, they go to school. They enroll them in school. They go to school. They go to after school. They are treated just like any original kid. You can have biological kids they can share rooms with, or foster kids. If you have bunk beds, things like that. We want it to be as smooth for our kids as possible.
Right.
Definitely. I'm trying to think what else is a key component.
So like, do the parents, I know the parents working, that takes care of the kid. Something happened at school, it's
Parents. Yeah, they would go and pick them up.
Okay.
They would go pick them up.
They fighting or something going on. They would have to be the one to go.
Yeah, you treat
But
them
then
like
we would
your kid.
definitely be out there.
Mhm.
We would come. We're going to send somebody to
Right,
come
I
and check
understand.
and see
That's
what's
good.
going
That's
on
really-
to support you
Mhm.
anytime.
And you gave us so much information that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the requirements that you have today,
Yeah.
Open the probably the ones that's looking at online.
Yeah.
That you gave them a lot on Facebook. That you gave them a lot of information because you're not lost out here.
Right.
No.
And we don't need to be the ones that keep, them from getting the stuff that they need to help them out here to grow.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
And you being here today has been such a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Because you have learned, you taught us so much
Appreciate
stuff. So we like, hey, she
Yeah,
know all this stuff.
And I would hope this encourages, more people to
And
look
encourage
into
each other.
foster
Yeah.
So
care.
this is the question, ladies. Do you two want to be foster parents?
I'm gonna be honest. It's something I have considered.
Wow, that's
It is,
great.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm 45.
Okay.
Getting a little older.
I
So,
think you'll be a great
and
foster
having another biological child, no. But I would take one in.
I get you.
I could see myself taking one.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, because this is something actually I have thought about like in the past couple of years, because my son is an only child or whatever, and sometimes he says it's not fair that he's an only child. And
Yeah,
so-
they're lonely.
yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, one of my biggest issues is
I'm
now
an only child. I didn't mind being an only child when I was young. I think it sucked when you get like this age.
when you get
Yeah.
older,
Yeah.
really.
When I was young, it was fun.
Hey, you can be spoiled.
Yeah.
That's what it's fun.
It's got what you want.
Like,
Like,
I wouldn't mind having a sibling. Like, I'm like, oh, my sister lives in Texas. I'm gonna go see her. Or something.
No, honestly, for me is now that I'm older, I wish I didn't have sex. But when I was a kid, I loved it. But,
Right.
But for me, one of my issues would be, mind you, I have a child. My son's 7, and like you stated, a lot of these kids are coming from damaged homes, right?
Right.
So I would be somewhat apprehensive to bring a child, also depending on their issues, around my son.
You would have to get a baby then.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was about to
Start
say.
over. And then
I
it's
was
still not-
not a baby baby.
But-
Toddler, 4, 5.
But then it's still going. But they go through a lot. If you have seen this family, like, oh my god, like they, like, oh man, at 3, 4, like,
Right now, and that's honestly
Like,
the
they
honest
just-
truth. You don't even know what a toddler or a 3 or 4
What
year old is
has
being
endured.
exposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
like for real.
And kids is just a different level to what they're being exposed to these
Yeah.
days. You know what I'm saying?
But if you got a baby, then it's not gonna be fun for him either because he's so much older. It'd be like John and Jada's age.
Right. Like I would want a child that's like close within his age range. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't want a child older than him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's always that in the back of your mind. What has the child been through?
And what are
And
they gonna
if
teach
I'm not around watching every moment, what might you expose
Yeah.
my child to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's a lot of fear. That's a
That
common
is a
fear of
fear.
anybody. A lot
Right.
of people, they don't want to take our older youth because they feel they're set in their ways, and we really have a high demand for teenage kids. And honestly, the teenagers aren't that bad. It's just the thought and concept that they've been exposed to so much and things like that. That they're self-efficient. They're going to school. Like, not that they don't need help and support. It's just to be open-minded to them because a lot people just do want babies. And so we've really been trying to recruit families that will look outside of that. And when we get referrals in, we ask them, how do they get along well with others? You know, or would they be good in a home that has a little boy or a little girl?
Right.
Are they good with
You just don't
animals?
know.
What are
See,
their
that is the
diagnoses? Like,
scary
we
part.
ask all of that stuff, but there are things that we don't know until
Because
they
you
get
don't
in
know
there.
if they've been sexually abused or if they're gonna be your
And I
child.
ain't gonna lie, that's one of my main
Yeah,
concerns.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to take that.
Mhm.
That's scary.
Yeah.
And
It is.
it makes a lot of things in your mind. Mind as when it
Bears.
takes someone
Bears
on.
on your mind.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like,
So-
they ain't worth it. Like,
Yeah, you have to be equipped and ready
Yes.
to do that. And it's a
And
big
we'll train
decision.
And you also have to have a certain wherewithal in your home with your kids to know your kids, to know when something feels off. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, a lot of people so busy working and trying to run a household that they're not really in tune with what's going on in their
Right.
home. You know what I'm saying?
Happen, certain stuff, because then they grow up and they start doing little stuff just like we did. You know what I'm saying? Stinking and trying to do what they want to do.
You got your babies. When we say big, we'll get a baby.
Right.
But I wouldn't
You
want
gotta think
to
about the
babies
baby.
are
We're 7, I want like 5.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where they already like, let's go, put your clothes on, put your shoes on, and then you can he could be a little older than them and kind of help guide them and stuff.
Right.
A lot of our babies we're seeing are being born drug affected. So our foster parents will go and sit in the hospitals with those babies, and they let them hold them and bond with them and those type of things. We do get medically fragile kids too.
Mm-hmm.
We've got great, I mean, I can't even tell you how great these parents are with getting them to hospital visits and just doing all the things. One comes to mind right now. She is just amazing and just how she cares for this little boy. And some people only want to take that. The referrals we're seeing the most right now is that we need more homes to assist kids with autism. That's just more of a common thing we're seeing, and so getting parents to be open to kids with autism is what we have been working on, and resources, because we don't have a lot of resources here.
Are there continued resources, like after the child gets fostered out to a home? Is there like continued counseling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We want to set them up with, if they got canceling doctor's appointment, we want to make sure that they've got all that when they reunify.
Okay.
Absolutely.
On site? Is there on site counseling for the kids that?
We don't have on-site counseling.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't have on-site counseling, but we definitely do referrals in the community.
Okay, so then they will get sent out.
They'll
But y'all
get
like
sent out.
bus them or like transport them to counseling.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Don.
How you all doing?
How you doing?
Well, from the sound of it, you didn't have such a bad time doing it.
No,
we had a great time.
I heard you. Yeah, and I appreciate each and every one of you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like normally, like I said, we normally have a wide array of people in here, but sometimes it's better sometimes to focus on, just definitely influential women that, because you don't hardly ever see it as far as, really publicized. It should be, but it's not. And, Summit Collective, Presley Ridge, I know they do. I think pretty much, a lot of my directors was female. So, I mean, it was just, one of those things, but they were very, powerful. I mean, I think now they're, really high up in the chain now, which is a good thing as well. So, so it was very kind of near and dear to me to, invite you, because like I said before, that was actually my first career job. I mean, I've had jobs, but, that was actually my first career job. It was tough, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure it is. There's ups and downs to it, but it's definitely something that's needed. So to have you in the position that you're in is very, special to me to even see. And I know we've done, collaborated a few times. Hope to collaborate even more with the summit. Like I said before, we have programs that could help, some of the foster kids and some of the parents as well. So we'll talk, later and get it, get it going. But I mean, I really want to collaborate a lot with that as well. So and I thank you for coming and.
Thank you for having me.
Right.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I know you were there, and I know you know what it takes, just how much these parents have to go through. What our workers are seeing in homes, like I know you know that. And,
right.
And so I think it's a great collaboration because, especially with our teen kids, they're looking for things to do in the community.
Right.
They really are, because daycare just doesn't take them after a certain age, and so.
And there's not enough resources.
Yeah, there's the lack. So stuff like this in the community,
Right.
I am so thankful that God placed on your heart to do something like this
Right.
because we need it. Parents need it that are coming out
Right.
of drug court and recovery, or reentry things, like they need it
Right.
to be able to learn how to get those skills to get back into workforce and things like that. So
I think so. I think, being in the location that we're at here, you can kind of see how a wrong turn or just not enough guidance or, anything like it just me can turn you, maybe even being homeless or just not having anywhere to go. And what happens is, and that's, I think, one of the difficult things about, working at Presley was the part where they, when they became teenagers, not a lot of people, and that's why I said they have some great parents, adoptive parents. They're specially trained because they need to be, but it's definitely something because there's all kinds of kids out here with not a place to go, that are teenagers. And, and it's, I don't know, and it really upsets me because I'm like, that's when they need it. I know I need it. I mean, of course, my mom's here too, don't get me wrong, but even with a mom and a dad, still went, the way I wanted to go, on my own, but still, not the right way, but you know what I mean? So just to have, just parents there, it's really, powerful to have parents there to kind of help them, guide them there. And I know it was just one of those things when I worked there that you said, I seen them, I seen them after that. Some success stories, some not, but definitely still living as well, and always recognize, you have bouts when you're there. With the children, but not, just, because you want them to do right. Yeah, exactly. But then when you see them out, it's still like it's never happened. Which, we're trained to do that as well. I mean, so I mean that was one of the things, you know, to end it that day. If we have an argument today, it's over, and then move on.
Yeah,
But a lot of people, you know, they still carry it on. And not only that, even with their own selves, as you can see, I mean, a lot of when you talk about recovery and drug abuse and things like that, they carry that on. And I mean, and they don't have to. No. But I mean, it's something like, you know, I mean, I know that in Presley Ridge, they kind of instill that, you know, trying to move forward. It's a big thing as well. And that, I only know Presley, but because there's other places too, Burlington, there's other places, but I never worked there, so I don't know.
Make this up.
That's exactly, that's the saying, but that's just one of those things. So, you know, it is, you know, kind of, you know, I mean, dear to me. But like I said, for anything we could do to help, I mean, we will. I mean, like I said before, and I know you will as well. So that's one of the things. We do have a drive coming up, or back to school coming up on the 24th of August at New River Park. Okay. That everyone's invited. So I mean, that's one of the things as well.
Okay.
And we'll be posted. It'll be on the site.
Did you send me the flyer for that? Because I'm like, did you?
Right. And that's what I said. We're actually collecting shoes now.
But did you send me something? Because somebody asked me.
Right. Of course it is. We just changed the date to, because I think the city has one on the 23rd, and I just didn't want to run into it, so we just ended up doing the 24th, which is fine.
All right.
Which is fine. It's a Sunday, and it's actually called Blessings, Books, and Beyonds. So it kind of works anyway. So that's just one of the things.
Okay.
We do have, not to really plug the summit, but we do have like some faith-based kind of programs as well. One's called The Root, that's for kids. Just, you know, starting about relationship with Jesus, and then the other one is The Root, and that's for adults. So the vine is for the kids, the root is for the adults. So it's two different things, right? And
what
so
age group is that?
it's as far as it's just kids though. I mean, and we split them up. When we get enough, we just split them up into groups. You know, the younger, the older, and be done. Not so much in this office, in my other office, but. I mean, that's what we would do.
Okay.
Things like that. Just get them. And also, there's another one called Evaluate You, and that's for teenagers and kids as well. Just learning about life skills. Just teaching them about just different life skills if they banking, any little thing that they may need for those things as well. So I mean, we have that as well.
That's vital. So how do you? So is there an application you fill out for these things?
Those online, we have a contact us online.
Okay.
At the summitcollective.org, we have one, and then also just calling. We have a number 2 to call as well. Like I said, we're in between. Trying to definitely get some after school things going as well. Because it was something we had like a kids group for girls or whatever. Last year near the end of the school year. But they would just want to come here to use the internet to do their homework. Not to I'm sure they might do that. But that's, so even that though, we have internet. So it's like, one of those things. So even that, and just to get something to eat or whatever the case may be.
That's so nice.
Yeah, we're working on that as well. But we just finished, Camp Elevate, because we did have a camp for children, and that was a big thing as well. A lot of that is, just going out and linking them up with different places. Police department, deputy police, and places like that as well. So.
And that was a good camp.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good camp because the kids got to eat.
Uh-huh.
They fix boxes.
Yeah,
Don always that type. Even with Don and Key, when they had them classes, he always bought extra food to send them home. He always done that
there's a lot of
more than any other provider.
He
He bought more like I don't win it different in people's stuff, and I work for him, but he's always have bought more food than he needed so they can have something to go home with.
And it goes a long way. It really does.
It
really does. Like every little bit helps. And in the day and age of our economy, any extra thing that somebody can give you or your child is a blessing.
Oh, of course it is.
Right.
Of course it is.
That's a big blessing.
And that's good for them to know that even if they come down the street, I come by and know or hear about it from somebody.
And people to do that all the time too.
They just drop in, get something to eat.
I love that.
That's important.
That's so important.
It's important.
And then he doesn't like to take credit for the stuff that he does, which kills him. He don't like to, he don't. He's like, no, I don't do that. But it's like to see a black man that's giving back, and in the position that he's in, and making a difference. It's nothing for young kids and black kids need to see.
And all kids do. They do. They really do. All kids. It was funny you said that, because it was, and I'll never forget it. In Presley Ridge, there was a case we had, and it was one of the difficult cases only because of some religious things, and they were placed in a home home that was definitely not his he wasn't his race, but it was definitely and he blossomed there. And it was all about him being included. It wasn't so much even back that he didn't want to go with his parents, but it was just how it was pushed to him. Yeah. They learned from that, and then he went home and he reunited with them. Yeah. So you really learn about the color barriers go away. Yeah. And it really do when it comes to that, because you start to see that a lot. I don't know, I've seen it a whole bunch of times, but that's one of the things. But
we see that.
Right, and we do. But like I said before, but we do understand that. We're kind of race sometimes does kind of dominate things. You don't want it to, because that's
you don't.
And you don't want. And you're right. You're right. You want to see information.
Statistically, a disadvantage.
Yeah, like in these places living in low poverty.
Of course it is.
And get to see somebody
of course it is.
Oh,
but to me, it's sad to say though. But it's sad to say, but just like today's dynamic today, even women though. It's one of those things as well too. Women work. Women take care of households. Right. And have a job. You know what I mean? So even that part.
And women.
Exactly right. And that's and that's the way it is. But you have to definitely commend them. Commend the women. The women, even the men though as well. Commend them. But definitely come together and because we have to help raise the next society.
Absolutely.
We have to help raise, and that's what we're trying to do here. And I'm sure Presley is definitely trying to do it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you have to keep on striving to do those things. But it's hard to do it on your own, and it's not all about money either. It's about people. You have to have people that are invested.
Yes.
People are invested in doing it as well. Because like you said, foster parents you have, they're wonderful. But when we talk, because I used to recruit, it isn't all about the check. Really, it isn't. It's about really taking care of the kids and making sure they have what they need, and a lot of it is just being there for them.
Right.
As well.
Right. Show them support.
Right. Because they even parents. As parents, we know that.
Absolutely.
As parents, we know they could play the game all day.
Right.
But did you ever go in that room and talk
to them?
See how they
Exactly
right.
Yeah.
What
how they're feeling.
Right. And that, to know that they're there, at home. That's one of the things. It was. That's like I said, a lot of what we try to do as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure and that's the thing. Giving back and letting them know that.
Yeah.
Let them know that.
And I know you asked earlier about the successes. We do have them come back and tell us success stories and follow and keep up with them if they're going to college, or if they go back, we have biological parents sending us updates or pictures of how they're doing. And we look at the data too. Like we look at it, we did by race, by their sex, things like that. Were they successful discharges? Did they disrupt and have to go somewhere else? Did they reunify? That would be successful. Like we look at all of that.
Right, that's good.
And like you said, it takes a village, and that's what we want to do, is support our parents, and anything in the community that we can connect with and do, we want to do that to help, because the kids deserve it.
I want to commend all of y'all for being so diligent and working for the community to make it a better place.
Right.
Because it's people like y'all, saying, that make things better around here. Because it's our community. It's up to us if we want to make differences in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And we can look at every child as your own.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Especially the young people.
Right.
I've seen
the
a
young
lot.
guys and girls.
Yes.
They want the individual attention because they're going through so much and they're growing.
Right.
They are.
They like what about my needs?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's so important that we be the people to reach out to try to show them a better life.
Yes.
That's what builds their confidence in life. You know what I'm saying?
It was with some kids that I had met during when Donahue at all the classes, and I was at a food line the other day, and I seen one of them. He was like, Miss Lucy, and I'm like, oh.
Because a lot of them starting to work, so it's like they start to learn.
It's like, and I
because we don't see it then. Yeah, we don't see it 2 years ago, but now 2 years later, wow, they working. A lot of stuff.
Well, he wasn't working. He was with his mom coming in, and he seen me, and I had bought these kids stuff on the side, like And he told me that he said, I didn't get nothing for Christmas but what you got me. And I was like, huh? Like, I'm shocked. But I've seen him years, like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm
and
saying,
he came in with his mom, and he was like, Miss Lucy, and I was like, hey, and just You see a lot of these.
see
It's
a lot.
rewarding when
I
we
have-
when you
that's
see
the
those
best
differences
feeling in the
being
world.
made and you see those success stories. You feel good inside.
You do.
Yeah, you
do.
want them to do good,
You want
man.
them to do right. And
But you know what's out here.
bypass a lot
Right.
of things. Yeah,
At this age, you done figured it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, unfortunately, this is on the end. I mean, but you all thought you
I had
were
a
going.
great
I know
time.
that's
We had a
it.
great
That's
time.
right.
Thank
That's right.
you.
And I appreciate everybody, and like I said, we'll do it again next week. Lord will, we'll do it again next week. We'll have hopefully Freedom Murphy will be on next week. So
Okay.
so we'll look forward to seeing them. So thank you all for attending. Thank you all for listening. We'll do it again next week.